Well, well, well. Gather round, everyone. Grab your chairs. I believe a lookalike of mine has been annoying you for the last 2 days. But tonight, the night captain is here. It's a different setting this evening. We're here to have a good time because there's been a lot of love in the air over the last 48 hours plus Sunday. And I'd like to welcome you to the 2025 National Landcare Awards here on the Gold Coast. What a treat it's been to spend our time here. Who is from the Gold Coast here? Naturally, GC. Very nice, very nice. Now, we have over 660 of you in this room. 67 tables, work out the maths. What an incredible event, bringing together sponsors, Landcare supporters, all of you. I'd like to give a very special and warm welcome to our guest, the Honourable Julie Collins, Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry. Julie, where are you? There she is. Thank you for your support and involvement this evening and at the conference today. Big welcome to Doug Human, the Chair of Landcare Australia, to the Landcare... Good on you, Doug. To the Landcare Australia Board of Directors and to the team, to the National Landcare Network, thank you, and of course to the Landcare State and Territory Organisation champions. Big cheer for all the states. Welcome, north, south, kinda east, but maybe not from here, and west. Who else have we got? We've got the National Farmers Federation President and Board Directors. Big welcome to all of you. Thank you for coming. And, this is a good one because I can just ask a question. To the Acting Mayor of the City of Gold Coast, Mark Hamill. Mark. No, you left the fitty on the chair. I was filthy about that because I'm still a criminal here on the coast. Now, I'm missing my buddy Preston. What a champion. Because at this point, I would be saying to him, a special thank you to all of, and then this was bold. So I'll do it again like Preston. A special thank you to all of you for being here at Landcare's big night to recognise and celebrate the people who are caring for our natural environment all year round. A big thank you to the National Landcare Awards event sponsors, the Australian Government, NHT, National Heritage Trust, Landcare Australia, Greyhound Australia, Four Pines Brewing, also our National Landcare Conference sponsors, the City of Gold Coast, the Australian Government's Future Drought Fund, the Victorian Government, Department of Energy, Environment and Climate Change. How good did Preston just drop that one? I struggled for 2 days on that. DQ, the Q. Bupa, thank you. Rabobank, Bupa, that was a bloody good one of me. Like, who was our last segment brought to you by? I was lost in my own forest on that joke. Anyway, I'll go back. Rabobank, Queensland and Water, Land Carers. Yeah, give it up. Powerlink and ACM. Okay, I need your help on the housekeeping. Housekeeping tends to get a bit underdone. Actually, here's a little ditty I put together earlier this afternoon. No, you wouldn't want to know that. So, Gold Coast Convention Centre and Exhibition Centre is a non-smoking building. You can imagine, I'm under catastrophic fire threat warning at any time of the year, right? So keep naked flame away from me. Particularly, well, of course, because of the follicles, but particularly because of this rig. It would go up like Christmas and you'd be able to biochar whole of southeast Queensland. Okay, emergency exit door locations. Well, the only ones I can see lit up are over there, so you suckers are going to be last. Or you got to run over the top of a lot of people. Now, I need your help here. The emergency alert tone is beep, beep, beep. So on the count of three, I want my best Landcare Award beep, beep, beep from all of you. 1, 2, 3. Beep, beep, beep. I think you've got it. But at that point, you stop what you're doing and wait for further instructions that generally never come because that person has bailed. They're long gone, right? They're not hanging around on a bloody microphone talking to thin air. And then the emergency evacuation tone. This is a good one. I want you to amp this up. It's like whoop, 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 right? But give it to me. 1, 2, 3. Run. But the instruction here, remain calm and evacuate to the nearest emergency exit door. Proceed to the emergency assembly area located across the road in front of the Star, which is 3 blocks to the left, over the tram, into the underground and onto the beach. And if you get there, you've done well. Now, there's a 360-degree photo booth over there. Get over there, get in a photo, and share the photos. They're good fun. Finally, people have been asking me non-stop, what's happening with Banksia and Waddle? Well, about 8:30, guess what? There's going to be an announcement, a draw, a raffle. That could be a disguise, maybe something different. Now, here's a good one. This is a very good one. These table dressings, please do not eat them. You have a meal and it will be coming. But these were created by Clara from the Giving Garden Project, and the dressings are all going to be donated to Oz Harvest and turned into meals. And the other good thing is that all the flowers are going to go to nursing homes and retirement villages to bring happiness and joy to our elders in the community. So, well done. You know, when you think back to what Preston said, he said, well, why can't we do something about all the plastic? Well, what a great job this is, to say no waste. There is zero waste. You see the waste that happens at events like this. So big thanks to the organising team for putting on that simple idea. And when we were talking last night, and people talk about, where can I start? What can I do? How can I do things? This is what we do. Change the status quo. And something as simple as that is not only providing hundreds of meals, but it's saving tons of waste. So well done for that initiative. Now, if you're an award winner, the milk of human kindness will be earlobe high. There'll be excitement, there'll be joy. There'll be flossing. But do all that as you feel. But if you can just keep your acceptance speech to 1 minute. I realise that's hard, but we will all learn about your projects in posts and websites and things. So just hit the heart with your response. And don't worry about all the technical details. Just give us something to whet our appetite to dig deeper. So to get us underway, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Kombumerri Quandamooka woman Justine Dillon for the Welcome to Country with a special dance performance of the beautiful Kombumerri dance. Welcome, Justine.
Yura everyone, Nyala Yin Kayala, Jargun Kombumerri. Welcome and safe passage on Kombumerri country. My name's Justine Dillon. I'm a Kombumerri, Noonuccal, Noogie, Garimple traditional owner. The Gold Coast is my father's country. He was a local elder and a senior ranger, but Mum and Dad both have Aboriginal heritage from Quandamooka country also. Quandamooka country is Mulgumpin, Moreton Island, Minjerribah, North Stradbroke Island, the Bay Islands between, and the Redland Shire mainland. I've been one of the few local families that's been very fortunate to maintain an ongoing and unbroken connection to my bloodline country. Live and work on Gold Coast, and every school holiday since we were babies, our parents got us on the barge over to the island on Straddie to connect with our family over there. So very fortunate to call the Gold Coast our home. Just out the back, we've got Nerang River, which is Narangwal, which is what our workplace is called, and our community totem. Narangwal comes from the word Nirang, the shovel-nosed ray. So apparently, story goes, when the settlers come here, they camped next to us on the Nerang River, and we took them up to Whedon's Crossing, where Nerang State High School is, where the salt and fresh water meet, and we pointed to the shovel-nosed ray and said, Nirang, Nirang. From there, we become Narangwal, the people who say the word Nirang. So we're very fortunate to maintain our connection here on the Gold Coast for many generations, and I'd love to welcome you all today to our beautiful country, and thank you for having us, and thank you for those that come out to Gowanaba as well on Sunday, and to those of you who are coming out tomorrow to meet with the Rangers also. I would love to introduce my beautiful nephews and nieces from Kombumerri Elabana Kunjil, which means beautiful Kombumerri dance. We got permissions from Minjerribah, Mulgumpin Elders and Council on Quandamooka on Straddie, and we applied to them and asked them if we could share their song lines down here on the Gold Coast like Noonuccal Kunjil used to do with my grandfather Graham Dillon here once upon a time. Uncle Raymond Walker and Uncle Josh Walker, which is Auntie Kath Walker's grandsons, Uduradu Noonuccal, my great auntie, they gave us permission to share these song lines here. So I'm going to throw to them to introduce themselves and share about what each song means. And we do want to invite the back row too, if you have trouble seeing, if you want to come down the sides or stand up so that you don't miss out on their performance. Thank you, and Kayala everyone, and Jingari, and have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Claire, and these are my cousins Dakota, Amelia, and Kobe, and together we are the Kombumerri Elabana Kunjil. I'd like to begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of this land, the Kombumerri saltwater people, and the land on which we live, work, and learn. I'd like to acknowledge all of you and the many lands on which you come from, and I'd also like to acknowledge Landcare Australia for having us today and thank them for having us perform and share our culture with you today. The first dance we'll perform is called Yulabarriba, and Yulabarriba translates to the land of the people and the sea, and Yulabarriba welcomes you to this land.
This next dance that we're going to be doing is called Jara. Jara is Mother Earth. This is where we live. Jara is an acknowledgement dance to Mother Earth, and you can see in this dance the elements, the trees, the waterways, the mountains, and yeah, all of our nature and the beautiful land that we live on. So this is Jara.
Thank you. The next dance we'll perform is called Garigan. Garigan is the dance of the white crane, and this dance shows the crane searching around, looking for a feeding ground, and once they once they find prey, they go down to hunt, and they dance with their bellies full.
This next dance that we're going to be doing is called Boka Boangan. This is the dance of the dolphin. This dance shows the people from the tribe group coming down to the waters and smacking their spears along the waters, which sends a message out to the dolphins to lure the fish into shallower waters, which makes them easier to hunt. So this is Boka Boangan. This next dance that we're going to be doing is called Medigimpa. This dance is a dance of the white-bellied seagull. This dance shows the seagull coming down to the waters, searching for prey, and he's going to be searching for big group of fish, but he's going to be looking for the leader fish in particular. Once he finds that fish, he's not going to prey from it, because once that fish is gone, then the rest of the fish will disperse and he won't get any food. So this is Meligimpa.
Okay, our last dance today will be Gari Nanami. I'm sure a lot of you know Gari Nanami. Gari Nanami is a welcome song from the Waka Waka peoples, and it's sort of a universal dance that all tribes have been given permission to use. So I'd like to invite anyone who knows Gari Nanami to come up and perform with us. I know there's some out there. Nani? No one? Cool. Yoo! Anyone else before we begin? Come on, come on. Okay, this is Gari Nanami. Okay, thank you so much, Suzanne, for coming us and performing with us. And thank you, everyone, for having us tonight.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
For those of you in the back tables, I am standing up. I can't see you. Can you see me? Not really. Or does it? Oh, there's a video. Yeah, what the hell? I'm staying here. Bugger the stage. Did you just see what we just saw? I know you did. That was a rhetoric question. Our final panel this morning was called Empowering the Next Generation with Landcare. Caring for land, caring with country. And what we saw there, Claire, Dakota, Amelia and Kobe leading. We've been talking about leadership. We've been talking about the next generation. We just saw that dance out in front of us. That was an incredibly special moment. And standing over there and looking over a sea of humanity, of Landcare humanity, to this happening barely a few hours after we were talking about these very things. What did we see there? We saw a connection. We saw their communication and their corroborate. Anyway, that was one of the C's. They communicated culture. They were creating change. Their stories, their science, their leadership. That was incredibly special. So a big thank you to the beautiful Commonberry dancers. Can you please put your hands together for them once again? And Justine, I hope you can hear me through the wall there. A big thank you for putting that together for us. I'd now like to welcome Doug Human, the Chair of Landcare Australia, to welcome all our guests for this evening.
Great to see you all this evening. Thank you. Wonderful that we get so many of you back for the ultimate opportunity to celebrate our being together the last 3 days and the partnerships that we have in Landcare. Yes, if you can hear me, Justine, and your nieces and nephews, phenomenal welcome to us, to country, and performance by you all. And as Costa has just said, reminding us of the really significant place of young people in all our lives. Thank you very much. We acknowledge, Justine, if you can hear me, your people, elders past and present, and your custodianship of... Thanks, Justine. I thought, he said you were out behind a door. She's on the table next to you, Costa. Thanks, Justine. Your people, your elders past and present, Justine, and your custodianship of country as I saw on Sunday at Gala, and the others, as you say, we'll see tomorrow, and that's a real treat. I want initially to thank Costa for his companionship since Saturday evening with me and then with you through Sunday, Monday and today. Costa is a junior Landcare ambassador, but Costa is an ambassador for humanity, actually. He might be difficult to see over a crowd, but he is the real deal, and he deserves an absolute call out. The way he's stitched this event together with his summaries and his humour, his passion, his energy, his athleticism, which is... I did look to jump, Costa, but I pulled back. Yeah, I did. I want to save it for the dance floor. Yeah. Costa, you do provide such genuine, authentic engagement with Landcare and representation of Landcare, and I want to thank you on behalf of the whole room. Thank you, Costa. Honorary Julie Collins, the Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry, thanks so much for joining us again tonight. For those who weren't here earlier in the day, the Minister made some remarks earlier this morning and very complimentary of Landcare and the work of Landcare. She knows Landcare, and it's a pleasure to have you here tonight to introduce the award winners from the Australian Government Awards. Thank you. We're also very privileged, and I'm grateful to Mrs. Marlena Jeffrey, who's probably right in front of me here, and I met earlier. She has joined us from Canberra to present the 2025 General Jeffrey Soil Health Award. You may remember, the younger ones may not, that her husband was the Governor-General, and on leaving that role, he established the Soils for Life. And to have a soil award named after him is a real privilege and a legacy for his life and his just abiding and deep interest in nature and in soil. I had the opportunity to spend a few sessions with him after he left the Governor-General's role. And your husband, Mrs. Jeffrey, was a true Landcarer and a true gentleman, and we're pleased to leave and have this legacy of him. Thank you for joining us, Mrs. Jeffrey. I want to extend the welcome that Costa already gave to the City of Gold Coast Acting Mayor Mark Hamill, who joined us Monday morning, and the entire City of Gold Coast team. We know that Soraya Robinson's been instrumental in organising tomorrow's activities, and we know what you and the Naturally GC team do on the Gold Coast. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. That looks like the table there, right? Thanks. I also extend the welcome to the National Farmers Federation President, Dr. David Jojinki. I gave you a doctorship there, that's not bad, eh? Do you know why I did that? Because you told me to call you DJ, and I had that acronym running in my head because I wasn't sure I'd get the Jojinki bit out. How'd I go? Yeah, not so good. So welcome to DJ and his wife Kaylee. Thanks for joining us. Costa does that with my name every time, so that's my get out of jail card. It's also appropriate to have, and all the best, DJ, to you for your conference coming up tomorrow, which the Minister is going to address first thing in the morning. Big night, so we may not see the Minister on the D floor, but, you know, see how we go. Also, and appropriately, we have a representative from the Australian Conservation Foundation, I say appropriately, and that is David Sivia, who's one of the leads. He's the lead for food and agriculture at the Australian Conservation Foundation. Great to have him here, and just coming back around to where we started as a national Landcare movement. Remember, I'm a Victorian. I know it started in Victoria, but the national Landcare movement with ACF and the NFF was so critical. So great to have you here. I do want to acknowledge again, I know Costa's done this, but I must acknowledge our generous sponsors and partners, the Australian Government, in particular the Commonwealth Department of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries and the Department of Climate Change, Energy and the Environment and Water, and the City of Gold Coast. And to the staff from those places, thank you. Take back our thanks, and through you, Minister. As well, our conference sponsors, the Victorian Department of Energy, Environment and Climate Action, the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry's Future Drought Fund, Bupa, Rabobank, Powerlink Queensland, Australian Community Media, Greyhound Australia, Four Pines Brewing Company, I like your lager, which I had last night, and Queensland Water and Land Carers, and all our community supporters. Queensland Water and Land Carers. The support of all of you makes this the largest, and I'll say this slowly, the largest knowledge sharing and networking event for environmental and agricultural communities in Australia. That's you. Landcare has some particular corporate partners and other sponsors that I want to acknowledge, please, being Four Pines. I've given them a nod, and I've done all of those except the Cotton Research and Development Corporation. Thanks for joining us tonight. I welcome our friends and partners in the National Landcare Network, their chair, CEO, board and staff, and the state and territory Landcare organisations and their CEOs, chairs, board directors of those organisations. This is a wonderful evening for us all to share together. Another individual and organisation I want to call out in the room is the Australian Land Conservation Alliance's CEO, Jodie Gunn. Both Landcare Australia and the National Landcare Network are members of this umbrella organisation for the land conservation sector, which is growing every year, most recently joined this year by the National Landcare Network, and Landcare Australia is proud to be a founding member of your organisation. Jodie, welcome. A very warm welcome to all our keynotes, our speakers, our presenters, our panellists, and you all. We manage this awards program on behalf of the Australian Government to recognise the tireless efforts of Landcare volunteers and their outstanding contributions to caring for the environment in their community. The program is run every 2 years, and the winners of the national award categories go forward as finalists to these awards tonight, every consecutive year. They recognise the individuals, groups and organisations involved in Landcare. They include volunteers, Landcare groups, other environmental community-led groups, farmers, landholders, First Nations people and the next generation of Landcarers. And there are some quite individual awards, as you will know, with respect to those sectors. The whole award program aims to raise awareness of the achievements of Landcare to the broader community and encourage people to participate in our activities. And you, if you've been here before, if you've been part of an award-winning team, the satisfaction it brings and you see on people's faces and the lift it gives to their work is quite phenomenal. They celebrate Landcarers across Australia, and there are, I think, most of the finalists able to join us tonight. Thank you to the state and territory Landcare organisations for your support in making these awards happen through your state and territory Landcare awards. This event is about celebrating your efforts, and it's just fantastic to see a room full of over 650 people to do it. After 3 days of inspiration, of connection and of storytelling, tonight is the chance to celebrate, to kick back, to remember these wonderful last few days, to enjoy each other's company and to have a special evening. Thank you, and see you all on the dance floor.
Thanks, Doug. Thank you. Okay, the food may be out, but we have 11 awards tonight. So as we go through them, there'll be a few breaks at different points. But our first award is coming up right now. And to begin, I would like to ask Tilly Lowborough, the Chief Operating Officer for Greyhound Australia, to present the Greyhound Coast Care Award. Come on up, Tilly. Lovely to meet.
Hi. Thank you, Costa, for the welcome, and good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. And how do I follow what went on from Justine and her nieces and nephews? How awesome a welcome to country that was. I'm really privileged to be here to present the first of the 11 awards this evening. Greyhound Australia is very, very proud to present and support the Greyhound Coast Care Award at the National Landcare Awards of 2025. The Greyhound Coast Care Awards acknowledges a community group or a network that has contributed to the significant improvement of coastal or marine environment. This may include estuaries, coastal and marine wetlands, river systems, and salt marsh ecosystems. The Coast Care activities may include sand dune restoration, protection of threatened species, removing invasive species that are impacting on native flora, plastics and waste removal, education and volunteer engagement, and mitigating urban impact upon marine environments like stormwater pollution or the control of access to sensitive and vulnerable areas. The Greyhound Coast Care Award finalists are Wallaby Point Coast Care from New South Wales, the Hindmarch Island Landcare Group from South Australia, Care for Headland Environment Association from Western Australia, Kingston Beach Coast Care from Tasmania, Simon Davies from Victoria, Larrakia Rangers, and I may have got that pronunciation wrong, I really apologise, from the Northern Territory. Larrakia, thank you. Friends of Federation Walk from Queensland. It's my absolute pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2025 Greyhound Coast Care Award winner is Kingston Beach Coast Care from Tasmania. I invite Barbara Walsh to come up on the stage and join me. Sorry, Barbara Marshall, I apologise. Kingston Beach Coast Care are committed to actively healing the land and water of their coastal ecosystems, encouraging a healthy habitat for native flora and fauna in this high conservation value area. The contribution and dedication of the members of this group for over 25 years are truly significant. Highly respected and valued, the local communities group is thriving. The membership is dedicated to supporting the rich and highly significant coastal ecosystems of Tasmania. Barbara, come up and join me. Congratulations to all the volunteers and supporters of Tasmania's Kingston Beach Coast Care.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a big honour to accept this award on behalf of the members of our Kingston Beach Coast Care group in Tasmania. Thank you to Landcare Australia and all the sponsors. Kingston Beach Coast Care is like many other Landcare and Coast Care groups around the country. We're a bunch of dedicated individuals who turn up monthly at working bees at weekends to put in a couple of hours into caring for our environment. Kingston Beach is about a 20-minute drive from the CBD, so an urban environment really. It's situated on the Derwent Estuary and is cut into two by a river, Promenalia or Browns River. That's the Palawakani name for Browns River. It's quite sheltered from heavy seas, therefore a popular recreation area for activities such as swimming, kayaking, sailing, fishing, dog walking. We work a lot on the Dog Beach or Tyndall Beach area because it backs onto a beautiful cliff with beautiful native vegetation, dry coastal bushland including ancient silvered Banksia marginata, we're not sure how old these trees are. They could be 300, 400 years old. We have a lot of marram grass along both the beaches, as there are in many beaches in Tasmania and around the country. And it's probably here to stay, but we're making good effort at getting rid of it on Tyndall Beach, and we're very proud of what we've done, and we started to plant on that beach with the help of other of our partners like Conservation Volunteers Australia and schools, and yeah, the community is wonderful. We've been working on a coastal erosion mitigation project at Tyndall Beach for the past 5 years, which is almost complete. We've also been working for the past 5 years in a reserve by Browns River, which was degraded by urbanisation. We're rehabilitating the salt marsh, vegetating the buffer zone. It's doing fabulously. We're really encouraged by the progress that we've made. There's a visible improvement, but there's always lots to do. The group's been around for 25 years, as was said, since 2000, due to the dedication, first of all, of Jane Bamford, who's here, who Jane ran the group for 16 years. She's continuously for 16 years. It was a mammoth effort. And she's still working in the group and supporting us, and I really appreciate her support and everything that she's done. She was an inspiration to me when I started the group. Yeah, fantastic. And then after her was a gentleman that was in his early 80s who ran it for 3 years, and I've been running it now for about 6. Yeah, like Landcare groups everywhere. We've planted hundreds of plants. We plant about 400 to 800 every year. We have a very healthy membership. We're a fantastic team. We enjoy working outside in nature. Yeah, so just 1 minute, right?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Is that 1 minute? Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
We're off. We're underway. Big congratulations, Kingston. You know, it's always good to get the first award underway. Justin, I was going to ask Justin, our photographer, you know, one of the best things about emceeing is the space between. Like, where do you stand? Like, and then you're in the back of the photograph going, So, Justin, where can I stand to not be in an awkward spot? Just over there? Yeah, okay. Wow, big congratulations to all you coasties doing amazing work on more than 20,000 kilometres of coastline around the country. Incredible, all of those groups, and I know quite a few of them, they're doing amazing work. Big thanks to you, Tilly, over there getting a photo at the... So it appears from here on in, when you get your award, come up this way. So that's stage left, your right, and pump across the stage and go down to the photo wall over there. So I'd now like to welcome Naomi Edwards, Landcare Australia Board Director, to present, yes, the Next Gen Landcare Award. Give it up. Oh, here you are. I thought you were over there. Oh, go for it.
Thank you, Costa. Landcare Australia is proud to support the Next Gen Landcare Award for the 2025 National Landcare Awards. The Next Gen Award acknowledges an individual or a youth group with ages between 18 and 35 years who promote excellence in landcare through on-ground projects and with awareness-raising activities. With so many young people actively involved in landcare, where are they? This award is important to recognise an individual or a young adult group who can demonstrate their capacity to lead and encourage the wider community to engage, participate in managing the environment and our natural resources in their local area. The finalists are Taylor Springett from New South Wales, the Biology Society of South Australia, Bryce Watts Parker from Victoria. Woo! There's a crowd. All right, where's Dr. Cara Penton? Rosalind Green Brinkman. Wow! And Zoe Stewart McMahon from the ACT. Oh, I'm so nervous. It is my pleasure to announce that the 2025 Next Gen Landcare Award winner is Bryce Watt Parker. Bryce is an enthusiastic environmentalist having a soft spot for the local unique flora and fauna of East Gippsland. Bryce has been a key speaker about the natural environment within his community, undertaking many bushwalks and talks about bushfire recovery and the many local threatened plant species. Since the Black Summer fires, which we've all remembered, Bryce has played a critical role in delivering and conceiving the idea of the Malakuta Endemic Garden and the local community nursery, both crucial in the reconnecting of community to nature. He really stepped up to help after the fires in Far East Victoria, and he's been a key player in teaching the community about the natural environment. Thank you, Bryce, for everything that you do.
Gee whiz, who was that guy? He sounds impressive. But no, thank you very much. It's absolute honour and very exciting. And to be in a room with so many incredible people, it's, going to be an awesome evening, and I'll keep it nice and short. But huge shout out to Mum and Dad for, pursuing my passion and getting me into the areas that I'm into. And then also all the incredible people at the Friends of Malakuta and, obviously the East Gippsland Catchment Management Authority. And all of you wonderful land carers for all the wonderful work you do. So thank you very much.
Oh. Yeah, I'll endorse that. I reckon Bryce's parents have done a great job. So, big thanks to his parents again. Like, wow. And to all of those nominees, can I say that these first two awards have got the party started? I can feel the energy up here. I don't know, if you get a chance, go to one edge of the room or the other and just look across at the sea of Landcare humanity. It's a beautiful thing. And we're two in. I kind of, even though I've got people looking at me with the clock, I kind of don't want it to go too fast, because these are the moments. Like that emotion in our first recipient, the emotion in Bryce, like it's what we're here for. Thanks, Naomi. During our event this evening, we're going to be showcasing films from the Bob Hawke Landcare Award finalists. The first is, give it up, Holbrook Landcare Network in New South Wales. So we're going to have a look at this short film and take a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back after the break. Roll film.
To me, Landcare is about recognising the natural affinity farmers have with the land and celebrating it, bringing together agriculture and environment. But I do think there's a third element, and that's community.
Holbrook Landcare helps in so many ways. Pasture production, soil health. It has been fantastic in the last few years with helping us getting through droughts, organising forums, getting farmers together. Holbrook Landcare is that centre place, almost the spoke of a wheel, where information and ideas can be facilitated.
We're really fortunate to have really loyal membership. We've got multiple generations of members in Holbrook Landcare. It was established from farmers and remains a farmer-driven organisation. We work really hard to ensure that what we do matters, that we are trying to do projects that are going to improve community, improve environment and improve the production systems that they work in.
So the projects that we're doing have been a lot of new shelter belts. So some of the older shelter belts we've enhanced by putting in more shrubs and making them wider. And that was in conjunction with a habitat plan that we did with Birds on Farm, Southern New South Wales. We've fenced off 6 dams to try and get a little biodiversity hotspot around a dam. So we've fenced them off and revegetated them. Being on the Landcare board locally, that's just a chance for me to volunteer my time and do something that's a bit more community minded rather than just focusing on our business here. So I enjoy that aspect too.
We've got a huge number of project areas that we've got going at Holbrook Landcare. In the agricultural space, we've got a big program around acid soils, which has gone on now for almost a decade.
I'm working on pasture trials. I focus on all sorts, different mixes across the area to support production and farmer decision making. This is our lime trial site. It's looking at different rates of lime on pasture production and specifically in this case mixed pastures.
It's about having good people as part of the organisation, developing great ideas, and people on the farm develop care for the environment they're living in.
We're really excited to be nominated for the Bob Hawke Landcare Award. It's a celebration for multiple generations of members and the hard work they've put in. It's a celebration for the staff, how passionate they are for their work. It's a great way to celebrate generations of landcarers in this area.
A caretaker is a privilege. We are here for a small portion in time, but we can make a big difference in how we look at that. So the caretaker is the ultimate privilege to be able to protect and nurture and enhance the land that we have. My grandfather and father instilled a great love of trees in me as a young man, and that has just continued to grow from loving trees to loving the way the whole environment works around our farming system and bringing the two into a nice balance together. The whole farm went from starting with protection of remnant vegetation to tree plantings, expansion, but then we wanted more. So we've developed wetlands, we've protected the Crookle River system, headwaters, we've done environmental plantings in huge scale throughout the property. And in the last acquisition, we actually bought a farm for its environmental value, not its farming properties. To work in an environment that is so beautiful and so in touch with our farming operation, it gives you a great sense of resilience and an ability to endure through the hard times, which will always come, and still enjoy what you do. The beauty of growing a good crop, seeing them in full flower, beautiful tops, and then harvesting and see them come out of the ground and know how many people you're going to give a meal to that's nutritious and good for them. I really never even expected to be in this award system, to be honest. When I first heard the news, I'd have to use two words: gracious humility. So gracious that people took time to present my case. And it has now gone from that initial feeling to a real deep sense of pride. Don't look back in embracing your environmental work. Get hold of every piece of support you can, because this is a community project that we all have to drive. And you're in the ownership of the land where you can put those pieces together for everybody. So start yesterday.
Okay, we roll on. I know that was a bit of a tease. You wanted to get into your conversations, but we got another couple of awards to present. Wonderful story about Gary, and both Gary Cadwell and Holbrook Landcare. Their stories really came to life because of those videos. So big thanks and congratulations on your work. I'd now like to welcome Anna Hooper, Landcare Australia Board Director, to present the Women in Landcare Award. Welcome, Anna.
Thanks, Costa. Hi, everyone. Landcare Australia is incredibly proud to support the Women in Landcare Award for the 2025 National Landcare Awards. This award acknowledges the significant contribution of the tens of thousands of women across Australia who are involved in landcare. And we have an amazing list of state and territory finalists, all of which are incredibly inspirational. The criteria for this award was an individual who demonstrates strong commitment to promoting sustainable and inclusive practices and for natural resource stewardship and community spirit. The Women in Landcare Award finalists are Nell Chafee from New South Wales, Sarah Barrett from South Australia, Catherine Williams from Western Australia, Vivian Ann Briggs from Tassie, Elizabeth Ross from Victoria. Janet Madigan from Queensland. And Sarah Sharp from the ACT. I feel like this is generating more excitement than the Brownlow medal last night. It is my absolute pleasure to announce the 2025 Women in Landcare Award. Winner is Nell Chafee from New South Wales. For 40 years, Nell has been a devoted land care advocate, deeply committed to environmental care and community involvement. Nell's commitment to inclusive, sustainable land care reflects her passion for Australia's ecosystems, biodiversity and community education. Her proactive work to promote sustainable land care initiatives shows her deep commitment to using resources responsibly. Nell's efforts to help her farm and inspire others to adopt sustainable practice for the betterment of the environment. Congratulations to you, Nell.
I have to say, I didn't expect my name would be called out. I feel quite emotional. I had the privilege of growing up on a farm, and my love of nature started there. And I guess it's never really left me. Moving back onto the family farm my husband owned gave me an opportunity to start to plant things and get excited about doing things. And then the Landcare movement started, and I've been mentored and enriched by so many people, and it's a pleasure to be able to give back. We come and stand on the shoulders of giants, and we hopefully pass something on to the future. Landcare is a we movement, not a me movement, but I have really benefited from it, and I'm so humbled. So thank you.
Did you hear clearly what was stated there? 40 years. 40 years of dedication. That is... My love of nature has never left me. Whew. Mentored and enriched. Well, Nell, I reckon you've enriched all of us tonight. Thank you, Nell. And big congratulations to the nominees there, both the Sarahs, Vivian, Elizabeth, Catherine and Janet. What a wonderful category, and well done to all of you. Thank you, Anna. Now, I'd like to welcome Rebecca Underwood, Landcare Australia Board Director, to present, ooh, yes, I'm happy about this one, the Junior Landcare Award. You!
Thank you, Costa, and good evening, everybody. Costa, you should probably be presenting this one with your passion for Junior Landcare. But Landcare Australia is proud to support the Junior Landcare Award for the 2025 National Landcare Awards. The Junior Landcare Award acknowledges an individual, school, youth, organisation or young community landcare team that contributes to raising awareness, sharing knowledge and promoting participation of landcare amongst young people. The award recognises junior Landcare individuals or teams who implement Landcare practices within the local community or school. The Junior Landcare Award finalists are Wilsons Creek Public School from New South Wales, St Michael's Lutheran Primary School, Hahndorf, South Australia, South Coogee Primary School, Western Australia, Collinsvale Primary School from Tasmania, Tavish Bloom from Victoria, Students for Sustainability at Darwin High School from the NT, Butchers Creek State School from Queensland, and Scouts ACT Venturers from the ACT. It is my pleasure to announce that the 2025 Junior Landcare Award winner is Tavish Bloom from Victoria. Unfortunately, Tavish is not here this evening, but I'd like to invite John Robinson from the Department of Environment, Energy and Climate Action, who was involved in the delivery of the Landcare Awards in Victoria, to accept the awards on his behalf. So whilst John's making his way to the stage, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about Tavish. So Tavish Bloom is a 13-year-old nature enthusiast who is making a significant contribution to his community by dedicating himself to the protection of a local reserve. Through meticulous data collection on wildlife, Tavish has played a crucial role in safeguarding the lives of local fauna, raising awareness about the importance of conservation efforts. For his age, his impact on environmental and wildlife programs in his school and his community are outstanding. So congratulations to Tavish.
Thank you. I'd say a few things on his behalf. Okay, thank you. So thank you. Tavish, as you heard, is unable to be here to accept the award, so I'm going to accept it on his behalf. But I'd like to thank Woolworths for the sponsorship of this award category, but also to Landcare Australia for organising the National Landcare Awards. So as you heard about Tavish, he's an amazing young man. He lives at Tewton, which is near Castlemaine, and he lives next to Post Office Hill Reserve. And he's been part of a project which has been installing and monitoring nest boxes at the reserve, 28 nest boxes, which provide refuge for threatened species, including his favourite local animal, the brush-tailed phascogale. He's a member of the local action group, which does work at the reserve, and he visits it each day. He lives next to it, and he's created a comprehensive species list, which he records in iNaturalist and eBird, so Elliot would be very happy with that. He also leads bird walks at the reserve for up to 50 people. He's a shy young man or young person, but he's still doing that. As you heard, he initiated conservation programs at his local school in Castlemaine, including the development of wetland. And one environmental problem he would like to see solved during his lifetime is feral cats, which have been held responsible for the extinction of 27 native species. So he's an amazing young man, and if you wanted to read more about him, and if you picked up a copy of the Victorian Landcare magazine today from winter 2024, there's a whole lot of info on Tavish in there. So the future is very bright if it's in the hands of young people like Tavish. So thank you on Tavish's behalf.
Wow, from Nell to Tavish. What an incredible spectrum. And you know, Samantha, I'm sitting at the table with Samantha Murray over there, and she's such a G-up. For those of you you remember her from the panels today and her speaking across the conference, but she's the CEO of the Indigenous Desert Alliance. And when we were talking about the young dancers and the way they spoke so articulately about their tunes, and she said, and I think this would apply to not only to the dancers but to Tavish, but she said to me, you know, Costa, at 13, she said, I didn't even know I was struggling with which side to part my hair. And I reckon, did you hear that resume of Tavish and what he's doing at 13? Oh my God. And you know, people, like, round of applause, please. That is awesome. And to Scouts ACT, Butchers Creek, Students of Sustainability, South Coogee Primary, Collinsvale, St Michael's and Wilson's Creek. What a treat to have you all as nominees, and thank you for the great work you're doing. Rebecca Underwood, thank you for presenting that award. Where are we going next? Natalie, hey, yeah. Hey, I'm all over it. Now, can you please welcome Natalie Somerville, Landcare Australia Board Director and member of the First Nations Landcare Working Group, to present the First Nations Landcare Collaboration Award. Yay, Natalie. And this award is brought to you by the letter. Thanks, Nat.
Well, thank you, Costa, for the welcome, and Kapakabil, which is good evening, everyone. Landcare Australia is proud to support the First Nations Landcare Collaboration Award for the 2025 National Landcare Awards. The First Nations Landcare Collaboration Award recognises a partnership between an Indigenous and a non-Indigenous community group or individual who are working to integrate First Nations-led culture, land, sea and water management practices into mainstream Landcare efforts, and fostering a sustainable and inclusive approach to natural resource stewardship. The award recognises both the Indigenous and non-Indigenous participants in the partnership. The First Nations Landcare Collaboration Award finalists are Waimbully Murraway Weaving Paths from New South Wales, Nepabunna Community Aboriginal Corporation from South Australia, Dampier Peninsula Fire Working Group from Western Australia, Southeast Tasmanian Aboriginal Corporation in partnership with the Kingborough Council from Tasmania, Wurundjeri Waiwurrung Cultural Heritage Aboriginal Corporation from Victoria, Wapabara Tamra Corporation from Queensland, and Bradley Bell from the ACT. It is my pleasure, and you're all deadly, all right? It is my pleasure to announce that the 2025 First Nations Landcare Collaboration Award winner is Dampier Peninsula Fire Working Group from Western Australia. I would like to invite on stage to accept the award Paul Buckman from Rangelands NRM, Preston Cox, Ranger Coordinator from Nulu Nulu Rangers from Beagle Bay, and Aston Howard, Ranger Coordinator at Bardi Jawi Rangers from Adjaloon in the Dampier Peninsula, and you can correct me when you're on stage. Dampier Peninsula Fire Working Group is an exemplar of an appropriately scaled First Nations-led community-focused multi-stakeholder collaboration in land care management and restoration of landscape health through right way fire. Together they use expert ecological knowledge and practical fire management experience of the Indigenous members and combine it with knowledge of fire ecologists to identify the cultural, ecological and economic assets on the Dampier Peninsula that are affected by large, intense wildfires and to determine the strategies for mitigating the fire causing damage to these assets. Welcome and congratulations.
Oh boy, I'm nervous. If I mess up, sorry. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the country that we stand on, past, present, and emerging. And, got butterflies. I'd like to thank, all the people that, with the group, that got together and came up with this idea, us, the Nyulnyul Rangers, Badi Jawi, Rangelands, DFES, DBCA, Broomshire, Yarra Ranges. I'm probably going to forget someone. Environments Kimberley. Also thanks to Landcare for the opportunity to come in a long way from Broome. I haven't been here before. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. This is our first time in Brisbane, like President said. Also, our first time coming to a Landcare conference. And over the last 2 days, it was really, really good. A lot of good work that was happening from everyone in this room. And I'd just like to say, keep up the good work, everyone. Everybody's doing a real good job. I think I'll keep it as that, short and sweet. Thank you.
Let's go. Come on.
Thank you, Natalie. And wow, what a pleasure to see. People have come so far. People have come out of not just their neighbourhood, their comfort zone, their state, and for the first time, and to stand in front of 700 people and accept an award. These are beautiful moments. Just saying. Just take a breath. Now, very special person. She was welcomed a little earlier, but I'd like to welcome her to the stage now. Marlena Jeffrey to present the General Jeffrey Soil Health Award. Oh yeah, no, take your time. There is no rush. Although that thing there seems to tell me otherwise.
Thanks, Costa.
Pleasure, Marlene.
Okay, and good evening, everybody. It really is very special to be with you all tonight to present the General Jeffrey Award, which recognises the work of my late husband, Michael. And on behalf of my family, I'd like to thank Landcare for honouring his memory in this way. As Australia's first national soils advocate, Michael passionately advocated for improvements in the health of our agricultural landscape. By championing soil health from Parliament House to the paddock and to the general community, I think he successfully changed attitudes towards soil sustainability, and I do believe that he energised change on farms around Australia. He believed that the integrated management of soil, water, plants and animals was essential to the health of our environment and our ability to feed future generations. The General Jeffrey Soil Health Award honours the remarkable work done by him as Australia's first national soils advocate and perpetuates his legacy. This national award recognises the exceptional work of people who care for soil health and who are educating and inspiring others. The General Jeffrey Soil Health Award finalists are Dr. Susan Orgill from the ACT, Dr. Mary Retalak from South Australia, and Dr. Chris McDonough from South Australia. And it's my great pleasure to announce that the 2025 General Jeffrey Soil Health Award winner is Dr. Susan Orlick from the ACT.
Whoa, my heart is beating out of my chest, man. Very, very pleased to be up here. And I was fortunate enough to meet Major Jeffries on a few occasions, and getting our hands dirty out at Cobar at field days, out at the hill, Broken Hill, with kids on microscopes talking about soil health. And so this means, shout out to the hill. This means a lot to me. I would like to thank Landcare Australia. I would like to greatly acknowledge the other finalists, Chris and Mary. I just stand among kind of some great people in soil science in general, and those are two of the greats as well. When I was super nervous, didn't even think I'd win, so I didn't know what to say. And my son was like, "Oh, Mum, I'm just telling you that if Mary wins, I might want her to be my mum." I was like, "Oh, nice. So Mary, I don't know who's the winner, you or me." Here's a little rat bag. And I said, "What about Chris?" He's like, "No, Dad's all right." But also, I would greatly like to acknowledge all of the farmers that I have been lucky enough to work with, because my passion in sharing soils knowledge is because of the farmers that I work with. And now that it is scientifically proven, and speaking to Landcare, so you guys know this, that getting your hands dirty, smelling that earthy smell, that actinomyces, it is good for it's good for your soul. Scientifically proven now, it makes people happier. So more people should be doing that. Thank you very much. What motivates me are farmers, just how curious they are, the task or the multiple tasks that they are juggling all the time, the enormous opportunity that we have in rebuilding soil health for productive landscapes, but also as a climate mitigation tool. So I think there's just so much opportunity in rebuilding soil health, and I get so much energy and passion from that. Something that really drives me is when you see change in soil. So working closely with farmers to understand, first of all, what's the baseline condition? We look at changes with depth, so we look for things like rooting depth and the different colours of soil as you move down through the soil profile, how it feels, how it smells. We look at the chemistry, seeing that the life that soil can give to above ground plants, but also the love that a farmer can give to the soil to enable that. Soil science is just such a tactical science to be in. It's about how things feel and smell, and it's situated within landscapes. And so I'm really a curious person. So investigating those place-based solutions to support farmers in producing food and fibre, but also for those landscape outcomes, is something that I'm really passionate about. I am at my happiest when I am driving around in a ute with a farmer and just talking about what they see in the landscape. So that's kind of almost like a daily highlight. I feel extremely privileged and humbled to be nominated for this award. I know so many fantastic soil advocates in Australia, and I've been so fortunate to be surrounded by such a supportive network of farmers and scientists who have just helped me learn and enabled me to communicate my love for soils, and also open doors so that we can promote sustainable soil management and those really soil-friendly practices. So I feel humbled and also very appreciative.
My name's Stuart McAlpine and I farm with my wife Leanne. We've been farming together since we were married in 1989, which is when we took over the farm from my father and mother. My grandfather and great-grandfather started farming just up the road. They had very strong values around the biodiversity, and we've got lots of remnant vegetation on the farm. We really went down a journey as no-till agriculture came into fore, and then soil biology, and then trying to bring back some of those degraded areas in the landscape. There's been a real improvement from promoting soil biology. That's where the real transformation has come. Building more carbon in the surface to hold more moisture, and profitability and resilience to dry season has definitely been enhanced by a greater focus on working with the soil microbiome to help give the plant what it needs. So that, I think, is the key change that we've made over time on this property. It was really important to attract the latest research into the area, and one of the ways I did that was by co-founding the Levy Group, which was really successful in bringing a lot of the key research into our area because we were quite isolated from the traditional methods of research. Being able to do trials that are really relevant to our soil types and to our districts. My hope for the future in farming really does go beyond us just as farmers. We're part of communities, part of ecosystems, and if we're really serious about the quality of food and how that impacts the environment we go in, then we need to do this together. The great thing is this is happening at a global level, so now is the time to really capitalise on that impetus that's being set. I'm deeply honoured to be nominated to be a recipient of the Bob Hawke Landcare Award. It's great personal recognition, but we don't achieve things in life without the support of many people along the way that have also inspired me and have helped with a lot of the research and planning and implementation. It gives me greater confidence to really share some of my journey and some of my knowledge to mentor other farmers and other people in the community to think and make some positive changes as well.
Well, that was our final video of the nominees for the Bob Hawke Award. Before we go to our dinner break, I'd just like to give a big thank you to Marlena Jeffrey for presenting our last award. Please thank her. It's wonderful that you could be here all the way from Canberra. And what a pleasure to know that your husband was the first national soil advocate. And for all of us in the room, what a privilege that we have a direct connection to this legacy that's going to be part of Landcare forevermore. So thank you very much, Marlena. And I can't not say a big thank you and congratulations to Dr. Susan Orgel. I love the fact that your heart's beating out of your chest. Thank you for those wonderful words. And it made me actually think when I heard you say about your passion for actinomyety. I thought, that's got a Gardening Australia episode written all over it. I could just see it here. I'd walk in, piece the camera, I got to start here, finish about here, make sure I hit the notes, don't waddle, don't stumble. So it'd be something like this. Hello and welcome to Gardening Australia. This week I'm on the Gold Coast and I'm catching up with an incredible scientist called Dr. Susan Orgel. And we're going to be talking about actinomyety. This is a mighty topic. And to quote her, the love that a farmer, or in our case, a gardener, can give the soil. Here's what else is coming up on this week's show. I'll see you after dinner. Yeah. I'm just going to do the dogs. And then I'm just going to do the dogs. Yeah. 2 minutes? You all right for 2? Yeah. Okay. Hello. I'm back. Now, I'll play a song. That'll silence you. You may notice on the lectern our two friends, Wattle and Banksia. Okay. I'm very happy to announce that someone is going to go home with Wattle and Banksia. So, I thought, who's got their necktie on? It can be used for multiple things. So what I thought was if you give it a rattle like this, see how it's a nice way to, it's kind of like drum roll, please. So, can you give me that drum roll with your... Now the winner of Banksia and Wattle is... Come on, rattle them. That's better. How good's that? Who'd have thought? Well, the winner is whoever has one of their birth certificates under their seat. So stand up, help digest, and see who's got the birth certificate. And then scream at the top of your voice, oh, there's one over there. And where's the other one? And one over there. Okay, come and see me at the end. And I will organise One dog for you each. We'll do scissors, paper, rock over who you get. So, oh, it says their name, okay.
Which one's Waddle?
So which one's Waddle? Oh, Banksy is this one, so that must be Waddle.
I've already got a border collie.
Oh, you've already got a border collie. So Pauline, congratulations, Pauline. Hey, look at that. He's on a winning run tonight. Well done. Yeah, Ryan. Your new puppy. Congratulations. Well, there we go. Oh, Floss. Now, we're getting down to the real business end here, and I'd like to call back to the stage Doug Human, Chair of Landcare Australia, to introduce the Honourable Julie Collins, Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry, who's going to present the big end of the awards. Here we go. Doug, come on up. Minister, welcome back.
Well, we're sure bringing it home tonight with these awards and with the buzz in the room. It's absolutely fantastic. And to finally take out the remaining awards of the night, it is a thrill to have the Minister remain with us to do that for the final awards. As I said, she's been with us in the morning. She's here tonight. She's at the NFF tomorrow night. Thank you, Minister, for joining with us and seeing what the strength and the beauty of Landcare is and the passion that is in this room. Give it up for the Minister, please.
Thank you, Doug.
Good on you. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug, and thank you, Costa, for the welcome, and good evening to you all. What an amazing room this is. It's a shame you can't all see it from where I'm standing here. You look remarkable. So thank you all for having me. The Australian Government, through the Natural Heritage Trust, is proud to support the National Landcare Awards to acknowledge and celebrate the individuals, the groups and the organisations working to protect local ecosystems that contribute to the sustainability and the productivity of our land and our water assets for the benefit of all Australians today and for generations to come. It is inspiring to see the diverse range of award finalists and their Landcare projects across Australia. Now to the Australian Government Landcare Award categories. The first award is the Australian Government Climate Innovation Award that celebrates the exceptional dedication and ingenuity in tackling the climate challenges confronting Australia. The Australian Government Climate Innovation Award finalists are Wallabutta Creek Catchment Community from New South Wales, Adrian and Kate McCabe from South Australia, Dennis Watson from Western Australia, Regenerative Agriculture Network Tasmania from Tasmania, The Climate Adaptation Requires Youth Action from Victoria, Dr. Mark D'Souza from the Northern Territory, and Grant and Carly Burnham from Queensland. All very worthy winners of this award, but it is my pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2025 Australian Government Climate Innovation Award is Grant and Carly Burnham from Queensland. Grant and Carly Burnham and their 4 children are ecological and organic beef producers at Bonnie Doon, west of Monto in the beautiful North Bennett. The Burnhams are highly regarded leaders in the agricultural industry, regularly invited to speak and share their experiences of ecological agriculture and soil carbon sequestration. I'll hand over to them. Congratulations.
We have travelled from Woolly Woolly and Waka Waka country today. We are grateful
to their ancestors for their guiding spirit as we journey through beautiful Queensland. We are Lily and Knox Burnham. While Mum and Dad are in the UK attending a transformative leadership event, we humbly accept this award. Our family has deep roots in the soils at Bonnydoon. We are held by the wisdom in the pale sands of the Nogo River and the deep roots of the blue gums. We hope to give back to the earth through our gentle touch and focused ecological approaches.
Thank you to Landcare Australia and all Landcare groups, a movement that is nourishing humans and landscapes alike. Thank you to the Australian Government for supporting the environment and recognising how intrinsically connected farmers are to the soil. Agriculture has an exciting future by improving outcomes for the climate through carbon projects and ecological practices. Thank you to our Indigenous counterparts and ancestors. We are so grateful to carry on custodianship of the earth from your ever-present and gracious interconnectedness. Thank you.
So the next award, everyone, is the Australian Government Community Partnerships Landcare Award. And this award acknowledges groups, networks or organisations that have demonstrated leadership and achievement in landcare-related activities as a result of working in partnership with others in their community. The Australian Government Community Partnerships Landcare Award finalists are the Lake Macquarie Volunteer Landcare Network from New South Wales, Biodiversity McLaren Vale from South Australia, Dampier Peninsula Fire Working Group from Western Australia, the Understory Network from Tasmania, the Merri Creek Management Committee from Victoria, Bush on the Boundary Committee from the ACT, McMinn's Lagoon Reserve Association from the Northern Territory, and the Russell Family Park Bush Care Group from Queensland. Again, another group of very worthy winners, but it's my pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2025 Australian Government Community Partnerships Landcare Award is Merri Creek Management Committee from Victoria. The Merri Creek Management Committee brings people together at a catchment scale to make a difference to the environment. They continue to innovate and undertake creek restoration projects whilst combining community education and specialist technical advice to volunteers, land managers and decision makers with a reach of over nearly 400 square kilometres. This passionate group of people work together to improve the health of Merri Creek and beyond. I'll now wait for the winner to come up and to say a few words.
Thanks, Minister, for sponsoring these awards, and in particular the Community Partnership Award. Merri Creek Management Committee, or MCMC as we call ourselves, is privileged every day to work on country, Wurundjeri Woiwurrung country in Melbourne's inner north, stretching about 70 kilometres from the inner north to the north, I guess, of Melbourne. We work with friends groups, school groups, corporate groups, queer groups, culturally diverse groups. We work with junior Landcare. Basically, we work with anyone who cares for the creek and the Merri catchment in the way that we do. This year we're 35 years young, but next year, strangely, we will celebrate 50 years of community activism and community advocacy and working along and restoring our precious creek and catchment. And this award really is for all of those people, the people who almost 50 years ago had a vision to restore what was a very degraded creek from a sort of a wasteland and quarries and a dumping ground into what is really an urban oasis. So we're very lucky that 50 years ago people had a vision to restore the creek. I feel the privilege every day of going to work and of holding that legacy, and we're really looking forward to the next 35 and 50 years to come working on the creek. So thank you so much for this award.
Wow, so many awards and so many worthy recipients tonight. The Australian Government Sustainable Agriculture Landcare Award is next, and it acknowledges an individual group, network or organisation that's demonstrated excellence and leadership in implementing sustainable and integrated land management practices on a farm, property or properties that protect soils, water, vegetation and biodiversity. The award also recognises practices that deliver improved natural resource management and farm productivity outcomes. The Australian Government Sustainable Agriculture Landcare Award finalists are Little River Landcare Group from New South Wales, Buckleboo Station Peru Pastoral Company from South Australia, Leap Farm from Tasmania, the Blackwell family from Victoria, Jeremy Trembath from the Northern Territory, the Leather Cattle Company from Queensland, and Callum Bray from the ACT. Another group of worthy finalists and winners, but it's my pleasure to announce that the 2025 Australian Government Sustainable Agricultural Landcare Award is Leather Cattle Company from Queensland. In operation since 1988, the Leather Cattle Co is a family-owned and operated sustainable beef business covering 17,500 hectares over 3 properties in central Queensland. They have a clear focus on sustainable future and take responsibility for how they contribute to global food security and climate action as a priority. They understand the importance of sustainable beef production to meet the nutritional needs of an increasing population that requires safe and nutritional protein sources whilst restoring, nurturing and protecting the land they manage. I'll hand over to the award winners. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Minister. Thank you to the Australian Government for this award and Landcare for putting this great event together. It's been a fantastic couple of days. Thank you to our family business, my husband Rob, son Adam and our daughter-in-law Chloe. We've also worked very closely with our local group, Barfield Road Producer Group, a group of producers in our area that come together and do a lot of work in Landcare, improving biodiversity and supporting our wonderful beef industry and the great care that we give our land and environment. Also a big shout out to Angela Hammond, who is a great support to us through Landcare Agriculture. Certainly she's our go-to person and we appreciate all of the help and assistance she gives us. Thank you to everyone.
Wow, what a remarkable evening. Yet more amazing winners. The next award is the Australian Government Individual Landcarer Award, and it acknowledges the significant contribution made by an individual who's demonstrated outstanding leadership and a commitment to landcare. There are many people who, through their actions, have had a positive impact on improving land management practices through practical on-ground activities and/or by creating awareness of landcare in their local community. The Australian Government Individual Landcarer Award finalists are Ran Mitchell from New South Wales, Ian Roberts from South Australia, Vivian Briggs from Tasmania, Kevin Nolte from Victoria, Tony Cox from the Northern Territory, Judith Rowland from Queensland, Vera Kurtz from the ACT, and Angela Rosen from Western Australia. And it's my pleasure to announce that the 2025 Australian Government Individual Landcare Award is Vivian Briggs from my home state of Tassie. Now, I understand Vivian is unfortunately unable to travel to the Gold Coast, and so her award will be accepted by Peter Stronach, CEO of Landcare Tasmania. But I'll read Vivian's citation here. Vivian has dedicated 25 years to Australian wildlife conservation, focusing on platypuses, penguins and birds like the silver gull in Burnie. For 2 decades, she's played a key role in platypus preservation in Tasmania through professional and voluntary efforts. As a founder and a coordinator of Friends of Fernglade since 2014, Vivian has helped establish Fernglade as one of Australia's premier spots to observe wild platypuses. Peter's coming forward to accept this award. Nice to see you, Peter.
This is where we meet, Hi everyone. Vivian's an amazing person, and I just reflecting. I have known her for 20 years, but before I do, I'd like to say thank the Minister for supporting the awards and the Australian Government. Landcare Australia, thank you for putting this on. I'd also like to thank all those amazing organisations out there, from the state and territory organisations, the NRMs, the catchment groups, who have all helped to get all the awards nominees here and to this place. It's a massive, massive effort. So thank you everybody, including my team. Vivian, I've known her for about 20 years, and she has been the leader in the northwest of Tasmania, and that's spread to the whole of Tasmania, so I can see why she's getting this award. She is the convener of the Friends of Fernglade Reserve, but she also founded the Tasmanian Platypus Conservation Group, and she, with her knowledge, has actually highlighted that Tasmania still has a really effective, viable population of platypus. Maybe it's this island thing that we have going on. And so she's been pushing that for about 20 years. So this is a very strong woman, and that's why she was nominated for Woman of the Year as well, I think it was. And lastly, she has been helping with the Members Council for Landcare Tasmania, and she has had input into a lot of our strategies that we operate at a state scale. So also, I think if she was here, she'd probably say thanks to Victor, her partner, as well, for helping and supporting her to continue to do the amazing stuff she does. So thank you.
Right. Wow. We're now on to the big award, the final award, the Bob Hawke Landcare Award. It's a prestigious award that recognises excellence in landcare and sustainable agriculture. The Bob Hawke Landcare Award honours the role that the late former Australian Prime Minister, the Honourable Bob Hawke AC, played in elevating landcare from a grassroots community initiative in Victoria to a national environmental movement with enduring bipartisan government support. This award acknowledges his passion for the environment and for landcare. In 1989, Bob Hawke declared that 1990 would initiate the decade of landcare, and he asked the community to join in efforts to achieve an ecologically sustainable future. Bob Hawke continued to champion the Landcare movement and Landcare Australia, an organisation that he helped to establish until his passing in 2019. This award recognises an individual and, for the first time, a group or organisation that has been involved in championing landcare and inspiring others to take action on their property or in their community. The winner will be acknowledged for their remarkable commitment to improving land and natural asset management and promotional efforts to share their knowledge and support others in their community and their region. The 2025 Bob Hawke Landcare Award winner will receive a $30,000 prize for further development of their knowledge and skills in sustainable land management to enable even stronger contributions to landcare. We've seen them come through on the videos, but here they are again. The Bob Hawke Landcare Award finalists are Gary Cadwell from Crookwell in New South Wales, Holbrook Landcare Network in New South Wales, and Stuart McAlpine in Western Australia. So a big congratulations to all of these worthy finalists. They're all doing remarkable work and are an inspiration to everyone in this room and beyond. But it's my pleasure to announce that the 2025 Bob Hawke Landcare Award this year is Holbrook Landcare Network. As they come forward, I'll read the citation. In 1947, local farmers came together to care for their land and established Holbrook Landcare Network, supporting the rural community to achieve positive and enduring changes in agricultural productivity, environmental sustainability and social capacity in the region. Today, this network has over 500 members, including families who have been involved for generations since it first began. Holbrook Landcare Network has been recognised for its work to support the Holbrook rural community to achieve positive and enduring changes in agricultural productivity, environmental sustainability and social capital in the region. Please welcome them as they come forward to accept the award.
To me, Landcare is about recognising the natural affinity farmers have with the land and celebrating it. We're really fortunate to have really loyal membership. We've got multiple generations of members in Holbrook Landcare.
Holbrook Landcare is that centre place, almost the spoke of a wheel, where information and ideas can be facilitated.
It's about having good people as part of the organisation, developing great ideas, and people on the farm develop care for the environment they're living in.
We work really hard to ensure that what we do matters, that we are trying to do projects that are going to improve community, improve environment and improve the production systems that they work in.
Wow. Honourable Julie Collins MP, Minister for Fisheries and Forestry, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's a tremendous honour to accept the 2025 Bob Hawke Landcare Award on behalf of the Holbrook Landcare Network. This award carries the name of a visionary leader, Prime Minister Bob Hawke, whose bold decision in 1989 to launch the Landcare movement forever changed the way Australia cared for the land. His belief in community-led action laid the foundation for thousands of groups like ours to thrive, and tonight we stand on the shoulders of that legacy. I want to begin by acknowledging the other finalists, Stuart McAlpine and Gary Cadwell. Your contributions to sustainable agriculture and community resilience are deeply inspiring. It's a privilege to be recognised alongside you, and this award celebrates the collective strength of the Landcare movement that you both embody so powerfully. I'd also like to sincerely thank Minister Collins for presenting this award. Your presence here tonight is deeply appreciated and reflects the value placed on grassroots leadership in land stewardship. This recognition belongs to many. I want to acknowledge our CEO, Dr. Alison Southwell, whose leadership and vision continue to guide our organisation with clarity and purpose. Alison, along with a dedicated team, worked tirelessly to support our farming community and deliver real, lasting impact across our region. Among the team, I'd like to especially thank Paula Sheehan for her assistance in preparing our application for this award. I want to thank our board four of us here tonight, a group of passionate individuals who bring aboard a broad cross-section of skills, experience and perspectives. Their commitment ensures that Holbrook Landcare remains grounded, strategic and responsive to the needs of our community. Holbrook Landcare is more than just a network, it's part of the social fabric of our region. For over 3 decades, we've stood shoulder to shoulder with our farmer members who are the heart and soul of our organisation. Their innovation, resilience and stewardship of the land are what drive our success. This award belongs to them. Tonight, I also want to bring attention to the challenge that affects not just us, but many in the community organisations across Australia. Maintaining a talented and experienced team is becoming increasingly difficult under the strain of insecure and highly variable grant funding. To Minister Collins and others in government, our people are our greatest asset. The work we do is long-term, deeply embedded in place and built on trust. Yet the funding structures we rely on are often short-term and uncertain. If we wanted to continue delivering meaningful outcomes for our landscapes and communities, we need stable, strategic investment in the people who make it happen. Because when you back the people, you back the future. As we look ahead, let this award be a reminder that the work is not done. Climate challenges, biodiversity loss, and rural sustainability demand our continued courage and creativity. But tonight we pause to celebrate what's possible when we come together with purpose. Thank you to Landcare Australia, DAF, and all those who make this award possible. Thank you for Bob Hawke for believing in the power of grassroots action. We accept this award with pride, humility, and a renewed commitment to the land, the community, and the legacy of Landcare. Let's keep growing together. Thank you.
So that's the conclusion of the Australian Government Awards. Again, some remarkable winners and finalists amongst those groups that were up here for the award and those individuals. Can I say what a wonderful privilege it's been to be with you all tonight? And if I can ask all of the award winners to come forward, and we'll take some photos over at the winners' wall over here in the backdrop whilst everybody's having their desserts. Thanks very much for having me.
All right. Well, thank you, Minister Collins. As you head over there and spend some time with all of the winners, there's a couple of little things before we wrap up. Is Tim DeLitt in the crowd there, please? Where are you? Okay, everyone. On this half of the room, I want you to say hip. On that half of the room, I want you to say hip. And then all together, I want you to say hooray. Okay? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Tim. Any other birthdays, anniversaries, goldfish celebrations? Send them up to me. Oh, another birthday there. All right, let's go again. Hip, hip, hooray. Thank you. That's good. We practiced and we did a second one. Someone has lost their hotel key. Did you find it? Oh, you get a prize if you find it. You can stay over. I don't know whose key it is. So you got to roll the dice sometimes. You never know. We have a special guest in the room, all the way from Japan. He came here off the invitation of intrepid Landcare. And he's going to go back to Japan and start the very first Landcare group, intrepid Landcare group, but Landcare group full stop in Japan. Is Kazuki there? Where is he? Stand up, please. Kazuki. This is Kazuki Kagogashi-san. What a pleasure to have you here. to rub shoulders with so many wonderful people. Absorb as much as you can while you're here and take Landcare back to your country, and know that you have this network to draw on forevermore. So a big round of applause for Kazuki. I just want to share a couple of quotes that I picked up during the thank you speeches. The first one was from the MCMC Merry Creek group. I kind of think I might take that as my late night DJ name, MCMC. Might work. And the quote was, "We work with anyone who cares." There's a lot of people who care in this room, by the way. And there was another quote by Grant and Carly's son, and I missed his name, but he's over there getting a photo. But he said, "The ever-present and gracious interconnectedness of our First Nations people." I thought that was a very succinct but special comment. Now, that pretty much brings us to the end of our awards, but that's not the end of the evening, because tonight we're here to let our hair down after some great days, and we've got a wonderful band coming up. There is a lot of square metres of dance floor here. We need to fill it, not by accident, but for the accidents, who are the band. And as your night captain, we're going to dance it out until the band doesn't play anymore. So get that sugar into you and prepare to relax and enjoy the rest of the evening. To Holbrook Landcare and your wonderful award, congratulations. To all the Australian Government Award winners, congratulations also to all the finalists on your effort and your ongoing efforts. Thank you to our sponsors and guests from around Australia. We started off with Love is in the Air, and there's been a lot of love shared over the last couple of days. It's been a fantastic event to bring everyone together to celebrate all the things that we do as Landcarers. Thank you for the care you share for our landscapes and water, for restoring our biodiversity and threatened species, for the opportunities created for people to feel good about connecting in their community with your groups, who are doing everything they can to respond to the challenges ahead in communities impacted by flood, fire and drought. To all the farmers and landholders as environmental stewards on their land, for your passion in leaving it in better shape for the next generation. To our First Nations leaders, who we need to walk alongside, caring for country and people. And to the change makers, the next gen of land carers. You're all caring for this wonderful country every day of the year. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you. I'm not sure, do we have a city for the next? Okay. Anyone interested in hosting the conference in 2025? Darwin? Anyway, give me some bids. I'll take the bidding and consult the board. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you all when we reconvene in 2027. To all of the state groups, when you convene your events next year, best wishes, and particularly Victoria, who are celebrating their 40 years next year. Well done to you. Thanks everyone for the opportunity to be your MC. I've really, really, really enjoyed it across the last couple of days. I don't take it lightly. It's a privilege to be around all of these conversations and to help thread these days together. So thank you all very much. Have a great night. Keep up the great work and see you in 2027.